for some business talk? Toddy, God Almighty! It's the Sweat Equity Podcast coming to you from Cigar City Podcast Studio in the Tocobaga Consulting Office in a beautiful Ybor City in Tampa, Florida. I'm your host, Law Smith. This is the Sweat Equity Podcast. Thank you for being a listener thus far. Tell your friends about this. This is really a podcast just to talk shop about small business stuff, about entrepreneurial things. I try to add some jokes in there. Some of them are good, most are bad. As I'm a comedian and a small business consultant, digital strategist, I sound like a douche when I say all the job descriptions I have. But most importantly, right now I'm a podcast host. I'm going to bring in the two guests that are watching me do this intro, and they feel awkward. They don't know what to do while I'm doing this. But here's the radio thing. You bring in people with your voice so they can identify who you are for the rest of the show. Huh? Isn't that neat? So, friend of the program, coming back for a second time, our across the hallway neighbor and our video partner for our company, Toco Works. Let's give it up for Damian of 208 Monkeys.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Nice to be here. Good to see you again, Law, as always. You really need like an applause track when you introduce me from now on. I just want like a little
hey man, something, you know? Find the app on your phone. This is a no frills podcast. I mean, if you look around our office, it looks like someone tried to make an office as like a 10-year-old, basically. That's kind of what we're going for right here. Our other guest, we're breaking that hymen on his entry into the podcast game as a guest. Yeah, man, and we've been trying to do this for a while, and I'm glad I was just like, fuck it, let's do it, even if it's a quick podcast today. Dan Whalen, College Hunks, let him hear your voice.
Hey, this is going on, what is our fourth week trying to do this?
Yeah, pretty much four weeks. Yeah, it's tough because, open discretion, you're a client of ours, and it's that thing of like, let's make sure we're getting the business side first in the weekly update meetings and stuff. And
sure.
If the podcast was going to happen, it's going to happen. I'm on a weird schedule now. I'm a fucking dad bod. It's like I got to cram everything into 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. or I have to work while watching him at night kind of thing, you know?
I gotta say, with hearing Dan's voice in the cans, I'm gonna have to like work on my octaves a little bit and drop my voice just a hair.
It's what I like to call girthy voice.
He's got some serious bass in there.
Yeah.
You used to call me Velvet Lungs in high school.
Can you equalize me or something? Put effect on me. I need some bass in my voice.
I don't know what any of those knobs do, so you figure it out. I got it set
It looks
up once.
impressive, though.
Yeah, I look like I know what I'm doing, but I don't know anything about audio. And then when it's like insurance, mortgage talk, audio stuff, that'll put me to sleep. Someone's like, "Oh no, man, you got to get the MIDI and you got to get that going and get this plug in." I'm like, "Fuck, it's Snorefest." You might as well give me ZZZ-Quill. I don't call it ZZZ-Quill.
Quality stuff.
You like it?
I love it.
You like the purple herb?
Well, I wouldn't go to bed until probably 3 a.m. if I didn't exercise
really?
that. Yeah.
Here's my thing. I was trying to write a bit about it, so this is going to sound a little rehearsed, but it says non-addictive on the cover. And I was like, that's bullshit. But first off,
who's not addicted to sleep?
Well,
let's start with that.
Well, let's start with Americans. We can get addicted to anything.
Yeah.
We've proven that. Like, I've seen, like, My Crazy Addiction, that show is like, I'm addicted to being a baby when I come home. Like, like, I get in a diaper and I want someone to take care of me. And it's like, okay. So to say something that I don't think you can legally say anything in America isn't addictive because someone could turn it into an addiction. I guarantee someone's like going to be talking to Dr. Drew on Celebrity Rehab, and they're going to be like, yeah, I just mainlined a bunch of ZzzQuil every night, get that purple syrup right in the veins, and get it going. But my thing is, like, I like that Vicks basically just went, we have Dayquil and NyQuil, and when you buy them together, you never use the Dayquil. And then they're just like, fuck it, we know what you're here for. Like, let's just cut to the shit. Like, just get this sleep aid and stop using fucking NyQuil and feeling like shit when you wake up.
Right. I have no symptoms whatsoever, but this puts me out. So yeah, they went right to what they needed. I'll tell you what else. When you drink that stuff, I mean, do you ever like your dreams? Are they like trippy as balls?
I don't have dreams at
Yeah,
all.
You have no dreams?
I don't think I've dreamed in probably 5 years.
What?
There's something sad about that.
There is
There's
something
something-
sad about that.
What is going on in your brain? You
I
just
don't know what I'm
total
missing
shutdown?
though.
That's true. That's true.
I can't have nightmares, so there's a benefit there.
Yeah, there is.
The way that was said was like just like
it sounded
like a German fairy tale or something like that.
I
Like
don't dream.
I was thinking Russian. but-
Okay, well,
okay.
still scary. Yeah, scary white people. But yeah, I mean, like, so no dreams for 5 years. I only have bad ones, I guess. So that's probably better.
I would think so.
Hmm?
But I mean, Seinfeld actually had a good bit years ago where night guy.
Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
Who's
yeah.
that?
I'm-
Is he comedian?
You
Oh,
should
okay.
Google him.
Yeah.
You should Google
Yeah.
him.
Uh-huh.
But night guy always screws morning guy
Night guy.
because night guy wants to go out. He wants to spend money. He wants to stay up till 4 a.m. And day guy has obligations. Night guy doesn't.
Yeah. Well, you got to do it in the. You got to do it in
So
the
you
Seinfeld
drug
voice.
night guy? Is that what is that the conclusion?
I
of
don't
that?
go to bed. I fight, sleep, and continue searching for entertainment.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's like I go Charlie from Always Sunny, Nightman. Oh. Yeah.
References. Here
Yeah.
we go.
References all over the place. Well, you're a youngin', man. I mean, you're what? How old are you?
27.
Yeah. And while I'm 32, I feel like I'm a 42-year-old. So that wants to dress like I'm a 17-year-old pretty much right now. But
Well, you have the advertising dress.
yeah,
Very
well, this is-
laissez-faire, kind of laid back.
Well, you can get away with it when you're keyboard soft. If you have a job where I physically don't do a lot.
It's the whole I work remotely, essentially.
Yeah. Well, I already know, like, I can get dressed up. I already look like Spicoli's brother. Like, I already know him in the hole. If
I've
no
seen
one's met
pictures,
me.
by the way. Look great.
Thanks. We got to get some new headshots. But the thing is, you were just kind of enlightening me. I was like, here's the infographic I'm sending out. And I thought the text message universal language for booty call is you up. And I'm so out of the game, I don't even know. And what is it? WYD?
It's WYD question mark.
Yeah.
No capitalization.
No capitalization.
It's key.
And then it
This has to be sent after 11 p.m. to count.
Right, exactly. So what's as a digital marketer, I have to know the hit rate. Like, what's the conversion rate on that? Is it 8%? Is it 0?
I mean, you've got a lot of subcategories, though, because we're
target
talking
audience.
exactly.
All right.
Is this a first-time text that this is going out? Is this a repeat performance?
I'm gonna be honest. If
Retargeting.
you send me that, I'm gonna not know what the hell you're just saying. I'm like WYD. What? Why you?
See, that's what I said.
What?
I was like, I had to Google it.
Have to be under 30? I don't know.
I know. And look,
No.
I want to know.
No,
Obviously,
it's either you're under 30 or just not in a committed relationship at that particular moment. Because I'm pretty sure you can catch up on the vernacular real quick if you're single.
and for the audience perspective, we're all working together to try to create sketch commercials and make them kind of digital advertising for College Hunks. And so, we need to know what's going on.
We need to not put WID
In the
question
ether.
mark.
Right. we're out of it.
Don't
for the
send that to me.
Under 30 stuff. Yeah. So no eggplant water emoji, right?
Right.
That's out.
That's bad. The peach is also suggestive.
What does that mean?
Booty.
Okay. All right.
Come on. Well, hold on. Can't be that far out of touch. I mean, come on. Everybody knows what a peach is. I mean, Nicolas Cage and Face Off. I could eat a peach for hours. Come on.
I could eat a peach for hours. Yeah. Yeah, but that could be front fuzz. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
my
sure.
mind can go in a lot of ways with that. I'm saying, what is the Tinder? We just did a sketch commercial about breaking up because you all have a lot of customers that get divorced or break up, move out, and you help them move all the shit out. What is the? How do I say this?
Current dating app?
Yeah, what's the best out there? I don't think you're a fan of any of them. You don't
No.
You don't need them.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to go that far. I've dabbled.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
been a while. I can confidently say that.
Yeah, I would be curious at least. Like, I can't have it on my phone because my wife saw that. She'd be like, "What the fuck do you think you're
Research, dude. It's research.
doing?" Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, we did a décolleté product, and I had nothing but women over the age of 50 sending me pictures of their décolleté. Oh, décolleté is cleavage.
I was about to ask you. Remember, no one knows what that means.
Right. And so
It's real
I
fancy.
had for an entire month pictures of women's décolleté being sent directly to my phone for an audition, and I had to explain that one away. So you can have a dating app and call it research.
Well, you know what's funny with all the dating apps? My single friends, just give me their phone. They're like, "Yeah, just fucking just do it," and I'm like, "Yeah, "Okay, sweet," and I'll just do it for them. I'll swipe for them, and I do the opposite of what they really.
Do you
want.
swap out their profile picture with yours temporarily?
Oh no! I put.
Just to see what kind of just throw a line out there and see how you receive.
Still got it.
I actually, what I used to do was I'd get the celebrity that looks like them. I'd Google image them and there's a celebrity search thing you could do, and it would try to find who you look like, and I'd take that and put it in there and see if he notices first, and then if anybody else notices. It's a fun game I play because I don't see the results. But
Just leave them stranded.
yeah.
You don't look nothing like Matthew McConaughey. What are you talking about?
So the dating game, you moved to the Tampa Bay area recently. It's like you've only been here a little bit over the year.
Just now over a year.
And what is the dating scene like here as opposed to where you previously were in Arizona?
It's different,
I feel like
but also very similar.
was
Just
gonna
because
say-
it's kind of the age bracket.
Second chance area?
I don't even know. It must be something with how generations have developed. But the good news is everyone's very open and willing to meet people and
Yeah.
so on and so forth. Probably your best bet is if you're going to go out,
Yeah.
you need to be willing to not fart around for a while and look weird. If you make eye contact with someone of the opposite sex, you need to go talk to them immediately.
Yeah.
Because the longer you wait, I mean, the quicker that window is closing. And so
I feel like any guy that's in their mid-20s or younger can't look at you in the eyes. Is that something y'all notice too? I feel like they look at the shoes.
You mean men looking me in the eye at
Like
20?
to
I'm trying
talk to-
understand.
very deep in your eyes.
Yeah.
I didn't say like lovingly. I'm just saying like just this weird like, oh, I don't know how to talk to another human.
Well, that's a confidence thing. I mean, most of the time I would say that's a socially awkward. There is a point in time where you have to train yourself to just look at someone and say, "I'm looking at you. I'm paying attention to you." Most of the time, younger gentlemen suffer ADD. They're probably looking all over the place. They're like, "What? Yeah." They can't just hold a
Right.
conversation. Hey, listen, this is me. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Look at me. Women think it's just an awkward thing. It's just they're probably just socially awkward in
Well,
general.
huge body language faux pas right there. Because,
oh,
I mean,
Jesus, I
I'm
didn't
throwing-
décolleté and faux pas.
That's
Where
spelled
are
with an X,
we?
right?
Yeah, right.
Is this Downton Abbey, guys? What's going on?
But no, I was reading in a book years ago that helped
What?
me
You
with
read?
this. I do
A
read.
book?
I do read.
What the fuck?
People my age still read. But no, it was talking about communication, mostly nonverbal.
Yeah.
Trying to master some of that, but eye contact was actually a big problem of mine. Shocker. When I was younger, and so typically what happens is whenever you try to look someone in the eyes, you try to look at both, but you physically can't do that. You end up looking at their nose, and then
Right.
people are like, "You're weird. Like, why are you staring at my nose, my forehead, or whatever?" So you're taught to look at one eye and focus on that eye, and that will give obviously the impression of very succinct eye contact. And I always choose the left.
I didn't know there's rules. I think I just.
I
did
assume that left
naturally.
controls the right side of the brain, which is the more emotional side.
So is it left when you're looking at a woman and right when you're looking at a man?
I haven't tried that.
Yeah, what are
Just
we talking
checking.
stage left or are we talking?
Stage left, for sure.
Okay. So if you're facing out at the stage, it's your left. The audience is right,
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's their left. Like,
Okay.
right there, I'm pointing at
and
you.
then upstage. No,
Right.
no. Interesting. What I mean, you said shocking. Like we knew that you couldn't do it before. What was there something you got called out when you were younger?
By the way, for those of you who haven't seen Dan, he's about 6 foot what?
Irrelevant.
6 foot irrelevant.
I'm gonna call it 6'4". Maybe?
Yeah. Well, my point being
6'3".
is my point being is
I
that
round up.
Dan would
Try to hook you up.
upon appearance.
He's girthy.
Dan would look okay. Dan would look like a confident
my New Year's
gentleman.
Resolution. Yeah.
Like a confident gentleman. I want to just go like with that. He would look like
Yeah.
he would appear to be a confident gentleman.
Sure.
So his inability to look at someone in the eye at a younger age may seem shocking to most people if they were to see him physically. So that's I just wanted to give you that little.
No, I appreciate that.
Give a little.
That means a lot. No, mostly due to just the being unaware, the self-awareness didn't develop until later.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, look, it happens different times for a lot. Some people never get it. I mean, I know a lot of adults that are like cannot talk to save their life, and you're like, you ever go to a bad like couples like kind of dinner or something like that, and you're like, oh, don't fucking sit me next to that guy. Don't, please. I don't know that guy, but I'm profiling that guy. I cannot talk. I want to talk to someone who's just gonna gab.
Right.
And then it just like, it's like, yeah. And I saw Star Wars Rogue One, and
Well, how often? That's got to happen to you a lot because double dating with your
lot.
wife's friends and you haven't met their husband yet.
mm-hmm.
And
I've got
let's
to
be
say-
honest, not everybody's as cool as you.
No. I'm not at all. That's the thing. Is like I'll be the fall guy on everything.
Be the straight man.
And actually, I'm like the youngest usually at the table, and it's all doctors. So it's like, oh, cool. They're like, what do you do again? Like, you're a social media guy. You just hang out on social media all day. I don't know why I made it Zach Galifianakis, but you're just a social media guy, Fuji's and Funyuns. But it's that thing of, you ever seen Seth Galifianakis?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
of course.
It's actually a pretty decent impression.
It sounded like his Marty Huggins from the campaign.
Yeah, that whole character is awesome.
Fantastic.
But it's that thing of, all right, let's weave it into business because, you're running the show with a couple locations in Tampa Bay area for College Hunks franchise. You can't go out there and go make. It's a good pod when you're
I'm sorry.
drinking.
Yeah.
What
It's
sounds
not a
I didn't know if
baby
the
rattle.
mic was going to pick it up.
what sounds like metal in your thermos.
It's not a baby rattle. It's just
But you can't do business deals, especially on the business development side, the sales side, if you're looking at your shoes the whole time or your phone the whole time. So how did you work on that? Because I feel like that's a big thing. Some people do the Toastmasters.
Mm-hmm.
I've told you, take an improv class, more for the video stuff that the creative we're doing. But I tell everybody that's the best thing I ever did just in my life because nothing's ever super boring. Because you can kind of make anything boring into a sketch.
Right.
How did you work on that? Like, work on, like, you not being able to look at someone in the eye, and I'm sure this is other nonverbal things you were doing, maybe folding arms, maybe, trying to think ahead too far, and you're not listening.
Bad posture.
Bad posture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how'd you fix that?
So the whole thing.
Let's break it down. This is the minutia.
This is the minutia. No, actually, I owe a lot of the communication development to my personal training career back in the day. Personal training during college, and that obviously, if you want to make any money at all, you've got to be the most open, charismatic, connecting person in the gym. You're up against all the rest of the other trainers. You're not going to make any money.
Right.
And so that was a combination of reading a lot of books, audiobooks, podcasts, all those types of things, and then trying to put that into action every day. A lot of failure, a lot of hard times, a lot of tears.
Yeah.
Yep. But
so what would you say? Like, you went from probably 18 and kind of maybe skittish on that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And any practical books that anybody listening that needs to improve this area that you recommend? I keep forgetting to.
It was back then. It was very minuscule as far as my library is concerned. So it was more so indirect. Listened to a few podcasts from the guy's name was Tony Alessandra talking about charisma. Broke it down into 7 elements. Has a whole series on some different things as far as just kind of power posing and all that different stuff to kind of put you in the right mindset.
Power pose.
Power pose.
Because now I'm mixing the two worlds. Now I'm
Right
thinking
here.
of gym posing, What you do, like redeeming Christ, the statue?
Almost. It's
Yeah.
it's as if it's completely open, and you're taught at the beginning of the day for
look
90 seconds.
It's a visual, so I'm going
Right.
to illustrate for the listeners.
Oh, this ought to be interesting.
It looks like if you've ever seen Creed when they do with arms wide open.
It's been said today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With arms wide open. Yeah. So okay. So you put your arms out,
Mm-hmm.
big wingspan.
Yep. Big wingspan,
Think-
chest forward.
I think Michael Jordan 1995 poster.
With the basketball in
With
one
the
hand.
basketballs,
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody. Well, not everybody.
Yeah.
Most people should know that poster. Google it.
Yeah. Or Google the WeWork office that did an artist rendition of it. That's fucking badass. Anyway, so you open your chest up. It's probably a lot of breathing stuff, right?
Not so much. You're
No?
just, you're just taught to hold it, keep your chest up, kind of, and then after probably about 45 seconds, positive thoughts start to kick in. You get a little bit of laughter. You're smiling. It's kind of hard to, just kind of keep a straight face, be anything but kind of like, all right, I'm feeling a little bit better. But honestly, it makes a difference.
Do you do this in the mirror like Patrick Bateman in American Psycho?
You can work it in however you want.
Okay.
You're gonna weave it into your morning routine as you see fit. But
Just walking down the street.
just
Oh,
walking down the
shit,
street.
forgot to pose.
I'll also add that this pose does come about subconsciously when you start drinking.
Really?
If you're feeling good, if you know you've hit your stride, power pose.
Huh.
There it is.
Wow.
So all my friends know when I'm feeling my most confident
Yeah.
on Friday nights.
That's interesting. That's weird that you've kind of wired yourself to. I mean, to me that's like your subconscious almost now.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, you do improv, and they tell you in any kind of an acting course, not in improv and acting course, you'll see that the body language of someone when they're walking, if you want to feel confident, shoulders back, chest up. If you want to start to feel depressed and sad and to get into that kind of a character, go ahead and slouch and just kind of droop your head, and even if you're in the best of moods, you stay in that posture for just a little while. It's going to affect you. More importantly, it's going to affect how people perceive you immediately. So, I mean, just getting into the eye contact, getting into those power poses. I mean, you go into any kind of a networking or any kind of a business meeting and you walk in shoulders slouched and head down, you're going to have a really awesome time trying to close that.
Yeah, it's weird that people aren't conscious of that, though. Like people limp into life in a lot of ways, and I feel like that's one big thing. Even though there's a lot of stuff we don't want to go to, it's like, all right, I'd have to give myself a little football coach talk. I'd be like, all right, get your shit together. Come on, let's do this. Why are you even here?
Slap yourself in the ass on the way out.
Well, I mean, that's my power pose. I'm not supposed to tell you
Oh, okay.
my power pose, but it's slapping myself in the ass.
Yeah. All right.
In the mirror. Full length mirror.
Let's go.
Has to be full length.
Yeah, well, full length, yeah. Full length meaning from basically the nipple down. I don't need the head up, probably.
Who's
It's
looking
just-
at that?
It's just me looking at myself, slapping my own ass. But I think that's kind of a really important thing because we're losing a lot of communication ability, and I'm darting my eyes around because I do that when I'm trying to think about, either a question or the next thing I'm going to say. But it's one of those things where I take pride in our work. I think Damian does as well with his company, that we're able to kind of communicate with a lot of people that are crazy and don't have a lot of time. It's really hard to give them, hey, this is what this means. This is what an ad. Here's the flow of an advertisement online and why it's important. And I feel like that communication's really good and something that not a lot of people are doing. But I feel like there's so many people that, now I'm stuttering and stammering, but I feel like there's a lot of people that don't have that ability to be confident and just have an idea, be vulnerable enough to throw an idea out there that might not work. You were talking about failing. I always talk about that's the most important thing in business, as long as you don't do it too much.
Too many times.
Right, but if you fail and you don't learn from it, then you're a crazy person.
Well, I think that's probably what a lot of kids coming straight out of college struggle with the most, is taking all that they've gained, through school, and they know a heck of a lot more than probably any of us, at that point, just because they're so fresh in all that information, but conveying that to others the right way and connecting and getting on a level of trust with people that can help them propel their business it seems to be, probably the most glaring issue, coming straight out of school, with half of the kids landing jobs that they do not.
Having all the knowledge and not
Want.
knowing what to do with it at that moment or how to convey what they know.
Yeah, it's weird. I was talking to a lawyer, one of our law firm clients, and I was like, it's really strange that you go to law school and they don't do any business classes with y'all. They don't tell you how to really manage
A law firm?
anybody under you, or not even a law firm, just like how to get shit done with someone above you and how below you. They just assume you're going to have to figure it out. And it's like maybe one course on that, on like how to talk to people or how to manage a little bit. I think management courses are kind of bullshit because they're always corny and they always fall back to like the sexual harassment stuff, right? It always is like, here's what you can and can't do. That becomes the management.
It's an HR
class.
course,
Right?
Yeah.
And that's not really helpful, and that's why HR is not really helpful in a lot of corporate settings because they're so bound by very strict guidelines. They can't really talk to anybody about what they need.
Well, a lot of that goes into, management. It really comes down to leadership, and so much of what leadership is, or so much of what's out there, is opinion-based. And so I think schools would probably have a hard time getting behind curriculum that's just some guy's opinion,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's definitely there's definitely handcuffs on what you can do.
Because it's hard to try and test that, from a research standpoint to the T, because so much of it is just perception-based.
Meaning, give me like an example.
So you take John Maxwell or something like that, 21 Laws of Leadership. I can't see that in a college class as much as that's one of that started with that book, really paved the way for my development as a leader. Law number 1, law of the lid, leadership ability determines a person's level of effectiveness. Well, we can't prove that.
Say that again. What? I missed it. I was thinking about the 21 rules, but
21 laws. Yeah, law number 1. I was just using for an example. Law number 1.
You said law of the lid. And I'm like, my hat, and then I got distracted.
A figurative lid. Yeah, it puts a lid on your potential.
I got this hat at lids. So,
but basically, it states that a person's or a person's potential rises and falls on their leadership ability.
Okay.
So your capability or your capacity to lead determines how effective you are as a person, or how much influence that you actually can put together throughout your life.
And then putting that through an actual scientific test where you can actually prove it and then say, okay, this is now a fact, and now we're going to make that a curriculum. That could be a little difficult.
Damn near impossible.
Yeah, I think all you have to do is you have to get a scatter shot of different leadership styles, probably. I mean, that's how I had it in my school. But I also read on the outside, I gave you that extra 2% book.
Great, by the way.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Because it ends up becoming a great management book, and it talks about career path for pitchers, and like, hey, we're not going to do the old school baseball shit just because it's old school baseball. We've got to be really lean because we have no budget, which I empathize with because I like the small business enterprise area, and I like that thing. You just have to figure out these new kind of gimmicks or these new kind of strategies that no one's doing on a shoestring budget. And they talk about like Scott Kazmir. I think it's Scott Kazmir they use in the book, but it's like he's a fireball pitcher, threw over 100 miles per hour. And what happens when they get drafted in the major leagues? Every manager along the way up to the majors. So you have, for those that don't know, you have A, AA, AAA majors. You may bounce up and down between those areas, that caste system, but basically that's how it goes when you're a first rounder. You're gonna work your way up. But he was drafted as a badass 100 mile an hour pitcher, strikeout kind of guy.
Southpaw.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then so they, instead of every manager going, this is the way I like to manage, the Rays were like, no. The then Devil Rays were like, we're gonna get rid of this what's called radio noise, and we're going to teach you our way, and we have a path for you as essentially an employee. And it's like you're going to learn correct me if I'm getting the story wrong, but it's like in single A, you're going to work on your fastball, you're going to hone that down a little bit better. Double A, it's your curveball. Triple A, it's your knuckle, and then we're going to worry about your head game when you get to the majors. And I think that's really important because the last podcast, for anybody that listened, it was a lot about employee hiring and how do you find good talent. And I feel like a lot of people don't have that career path once they get them. And that's the other side of a lot of waste when you're trying to find people.
Huge. No, it's finding that balance between, obviously, giving them the tutelage of what you're trying to build and your vision for the company and where they fit in, where you see them fitting in, but also backing off to an extent to where you're still leveraging their strengths for their strengths and not trying to take too much of that away, or you end up losing what you really liked about them in the beginning because they don't fit your system.
Right.
Yeah, and you end up spending a lot of time. I mean, you want to make sure that you draw a balance between training an employee and growing an employee. There's a difference. We grow quite a bit in our company. We have quite a number of students that come in and have to grow because especially when you're talking about art, there's a style, there's a technique, and eventually there's the artistic side and there's a technical side, and you can train the technical side, but you have to kind of grow. That artist, you have to grow them into what they need to be, and for a long-term career, if anyone wants to be in a long-term career, especially when you're running a business, you're looking for those employees that you can grow along with your business. It's definitely an interesting task.
Yeah, you want some skin in the game, because most employees aren't going to have equity in the place, but you want them to have like some kind of. You want them to have some kind of career equity in the business.
A goal. You don't want them to. No one wants to go into work any place. Even myself, I don't want to go into my own business without knowing that there's a goal in mind, that I'm striving for something else.
And it can happen really easily. You can get really sidetracked with the day-to-day stuff, and if you never look back at what's going on, are we doing this right? Are we on the path? I think. Y'all's experience with video, just the video side alone, the production side. It has such a regimented production that it parallels to business, I think, in every goal y'all are doing.
It does. Dan, you were on your first production. How was that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was,
so
again.
What do you think it was going to be compared to what it was?
I thought we were going to be done in, I'm thinking, okay, we got 2 30-second videos to shoot. We should be done in an hour, 2, tops.
Oh, I thought he was going to say like a minute. We'll do it twice. We'll run each 30-second twice.
Right.
I'm not that ignorant. But still, no, that was definitely, I wrote off the cuff and took the chance on drinking the night before, and I'll be fine, no big deal, and color me up and whatever. But that was a long, long morning, about 8 hours deep.
Yeah, it can be that kind of style, and it gets better the more we do these things. But it's obviously like it's not an iPhone video; it's a real production, and there's a myriad of variables that go into
setups and all kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you had fun.
Great time,
and the stuff looked great, and we had a good time doing it. And I think that's the important thing, is that in our business and everything that we do, we got to still enjoy what the hell we do. At the end of the day, it was definitely fun watching you struggle through that first hour.
Give me the water. Where's the Gatorade? Jeez.
Sam, who's not here, I'm sure she's been on your cast before, but Sam, who's not here,
she
got to sit back, and she had the cush job. She showed up, and then she got to sit back.
An hour and a half late.
Oh, well, I was going to call her out about that, but she definitely did. Yeah,
she knows.
She showed up an hour and a half late, but she got a drink right afterwards. It's like, well, you just sit there and drink.
I'll play her social attorney and say she did it for free. So, yeah.
No, we love Sam.
No, I want to get her on here to talk about social media side of things. But if anybody's interested in what the videos we're talking about, go to the College Hunks Facebook page, College Hunks, Tampa, Wesley Chapel, or just hit me up on Twitter or whatever. I'll send you a link. We'll probably link it out from our side as well. We'll embed it because you can embed Facebook videos now.
Code.
Because they want to compete with YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Now you can advertise. You can get ad money on Facebook like YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, they've been. That's why I've been so heavy about video online, is because I see Facebook really making an effort. In you can read stories about what they want to do, but I was thinking about it. I was like, I'm just good at detecting the pattern of like all my feeds video. And that's probably the comedy why I do stand up. I can kind of sit there and observe like the same pattern of behavior of people that drive slow in the left lane and are oblivious to anybody else behind them, and then I have to drive up and see their face. And
Give
then
'em the
I
stick
found
eye.
out, I said it on stage just trying that out, and I found out everybody else does that too. That gets pissed. So, you know, that's the thing of like I never get more angry than that moment.
That's your button right there.
That's like Clint Eastwood in that, what was that movie, that racist movie he did, Gran Torino.
Gran Torino.
Yeah, get really pissed for no reason. Basically, that's
He played a racist.
played it really, really convincingly.
Well, you know, I mean, it's
I won't get into that.
Anyway, but I feel like video, we all get it. It's the thing of like, I don't see video stopping. If anything, people think like, oh, it'll probably increase by like 20% this year. And I'm like, man, I feel like we're on the cusp of a lot of people really trying to figure out how to get good content out and do it efficiently and cost effectively. So it's that thing of like, I feel like we're at a good moment to be able to test a lot of these sketches out. And there's a lot of good ideas out there that y'all have, driving trucks, moving stuff, hauling stuff.
It's a parody sitcom every day.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Something weird happens every single day.
Every business has quirky stuff that happens, and you're like, can you believe this
College
shit?
Hunks, the reality show.
Yeah, I mean,
Coming soon.
It would be interesting. We can make that happen. I got a producer.
They made The Office work with seemingly just an office, you know.
Well, oh, you want like a scripted show?
Well, we need to do it right.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. But I mean, what do y'all see video wise in kind of the online area? Like more people under the age, I think it was like 35, watch YouTube than they do on on their computer or phone than like anything on their TV. Just YouTube.
I don't watch TV, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for sports, pretty much.
Right.
Kind of begins and ends right there.
Yeah.
You know, you have your Netflix that's kind of like in a league of its own.
Say yes to the dress. And
Of course,
sports. That's
obviously.
it. Yeah.
Yes
Well,
to the dress.
Yeah, well, no, I actually don't have cable at all in my house. It's just internet. So if it's not on
Hardcore.
demand, I just got rid of it. If it's not on
I'm
demand,
about to
it's not for
too.
me.
It's
just
for football.
I don't have
that's the
time to
only
show
reason.
up. I mean, even for example, I love Game of Thrones, and even on that Sunday, I'm like, oh man, I kind of want to start it when I want to start it. I almost don't feel like having to show up when I have to be there. I have other stuff to do. So
Very scheduled.
yeah, well, you know, it's just because there's a lot of other things to do. So I want to see it when I want to see it. So YouTube and Netflix and all that stuff works for me. I just got rid of that whole appointed viewing. I want to watch it when I want to watch it, and that's the kind of world that we're kind of going to.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird that our generation kind of grew up in an era where like you got Seinfeld at 9 on Thursdays, and that was it, and you talked about it the next day, and that's not gonna really exist except for sports, and even then, some people are like, I didn't
see the sport.
I taped it,
Yeah.
or DVR'd it or whatever.
Yeah. Who used tape?
Taped it.
I still use taped. I still use taped when we're talking about like digital video that we're putting online ads on. There's some phrases that just aren't gonna go away.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Everyone is like, well, hey, are you going to film that? No, I'm going to digitally record it on the camera.
But
Yeah,
that sounds shittier.
Yeah, it does. So I say film too. So I mean, that's-
Sounds
'Cause it sounds-
pretentious.
right. It sounds shitty to
well, actually,
correct
I'm going
people.
to capture it on
What
my
we're
hard
gonna
drive.
do is
Right, there's no film in this, okay? Let me explain that. Yeah, that sounds, when you have to correct people, it's just like, just use the shortest one. That's my theory with saying y'all. Everybody
Yeah.
makes fun of me for saying y'all, and I'm like, no, it's just smarter. I'm getting to the point quicker. What am I going to say? Use guys? What
what are you going to do with all that time that you save?
Well, if you
I
count
do
up
my
all the
power
y'alls
pose.
that we may say in an entire year, that could be quite a number of seconds.
I do my power pose in my bedroom. I save
First
all
thing
that
in the
time.
morning.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know. I'm coming. Y'all don't know.
All right, well, we got like 10 more minutes maybe. Anything y'all wanted to talk about business-wise? Doesn't have to be business-wise. Could be motivational.
Well, let me ask.
Any practical advice for the listener?
I never had a chance to ask Dan, since you've been getting the videos, what kind of response have you been getting from, just your employees, your customers, things of that nature? 'Cause I mean, I got your opinion,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just wondering what are the other people in your circle saying about them?
I mean the employees, they love them, and they especially, Hector was just saying the other day, my Hector, not yours.
Yeah.
But
What does he do?
Hector is a mover.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a mover. But
Just giving some context
yeah.
for the audience.
No, he was in the last one. He was in the tree removal one. He was at Gasparilla, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they love being a part of it, and so kind of that alone is good for me, because it kind of it creates more
Morale.
that, and then just kind of the loyalty to the brand. So because I'm getting to be a part of being on like a digital commercial. Like, this is cool. So, but and then as far as the response, I mean, you've seen it on the comments online.
Only one negative.
One negative,
and it's gone. It was gone within the hour.
We're reaching out
I'm
privately. Yeah,
I'm on top of it. We've got quality control stuff.
Yeah, but it seems to be people enjoying that our wit and attempt to be humorous.
It'll get better. It's what I said. Like for all three of us trying to work on this together, it's just hey, you love Seinfeld. You saw the beginning shows of Seinfeld, and they're rough.
Early seasons.
They are rough.
You still watch them though.
Right. It's still there's still some good stuff there. It's
out
not
of
as
loyalty.
good, but 6 months from now or whatever, 4 months from now, the stuff we're gonna put out in the future. This is how you tease it, guys. This is how you do it as a pro. The stuff that's coming out that we're working on right now is going to be better and better, and it just gets better the more we get used to the working relationship. How to actually have original witty things in there. That's something that I'm kind of like that. We're not going. We should just copy this thing exactly that someone else is doing in Minnesota. Like we're trying to really think of original content.
Well, that's part of whenever you build a relationship with any new client, you kind of get to know the client's culture. Like we're getting to know College Hunks, we're getting to know Dan. What clicks, what doesn't click with the culture, what clicks with the client, and that's something that happens with all. I mean, trying to bring some business into this. That's what happens with all client relationships. You have to get into the client's head. You have to eventually go like, okay, well, I can't use Star Wars references if you and your client base absolutely do not understand Star Wars. Law just lost me. That's how I felt when you were talking about baseball just a minute ago. I was like, I was doing Empire Strike Back theme in my head, like, and just.
But I can stick with it. I'll stick with it. Like I won't go seek out Star Wars, but I get the references a little bit. But when we get into the real ancillary character stuff,
you got to talk to some of my guys. They're deep in the Star Wars realm.
They've got an addiction.
They're some of the conversations in that office.
Well, good.
Yeah,
I'd rather have a staff that talked about that for your business than like, bro, hey, bro. Like the bro talk. I'd rather have a bunch of moving.
Well, there's plenty of bro talk too.
Right,
sure.
but most of your, I mean, if not all, of your employees are college attending students.
Yeah, about 80% or so.
Yeah, and I thought the college, when I first met Dan, I thought that the college aspect of it was simply two guys who started this in college and whatnot and moved on. But you actually your company is actually actively employing college students, and I mean, me personally, someone who's responsible enough to go to college and can hold a college education and is moving my stuff, I'm going to trust them a little bit more than, hey, what are you doing? That guy, I'm like,
right.
Who are you? Did they background check you at all? So I think that's actually kind of comforting, something that I learned along the way of this journey. So that's
and people
pretty
forget.
Cool.
I think y'all have a weird smattering of customer replies just because so many customers are probably so stressed for moving that you may get projection of their stress on y'all. I'm guessing. I don't know. We haven't talked about it that much off mic, but it's that thing of like you're dealing with people kind of on one of their worst days of their life.
Third most stressful experience.
Right. Yeah. And so like
what's 1 and 2?
Death and divorce.
Oh.
Yeah, it changed up. We had to look that up the other day. But it was like it's that thing where you're not catching people on their best day. How about that? It's never like, "Oh, hey, oh, awesome! You guys
super
are
fired
here.
Up to move." Yeah,
right.
Let's do this.
Exactly. So it's one of those jobs that's like that. And for a guy in college, that you're going to school, and then it's a job that physically you have these you sore like crazy in weird spots. Like it's not like, I went to the gym and did deadlifts for a while. It's like, I think my tibia is sore. I don't know how. Like, there's like
it's like 100 squat and presses
you gotta,
when you're.
you gotta like hold stuff with like the tips of your fingers to get it around, an edge or something like that. Y'all hate staircases
for long periods of time too. It's not like
right.
Weights in the gym where you put it down when you're done. Nah, you got to sit there and hold, or if you got to wait for the other guy who's on the bottom, he's got to adjust.
Yeah.
So it's consistently that's a different kind of stress. So
The College Hunks workout program will be available on in the near future.
we've acquired quite a bit of gym equipment that people throw away over the years.
Nice.
So,
Trying to lose some weight? Join College Hunks.
Yeah, power pose it. All right, we got to close it out because we are out of time. But we will do better the next time. How about that? And we'll do it again.
Yeah.
Don't feel like
Sounds
this is the only time you're gonna be on the pod, man. We're gonna get back. We're gonna get weird. I want a long one. I want to do a long one where just we tail out and you forget the mics are on.
with a lot of eye contact.
A lot of eye contact.
Lots of
Deep
eye
eye contact. Stage left eye contact only.
Right.
I'll look at both y'all
Dude.
at the same time.
Dude.
All right, thank y'all for coming on. Tell your friends, tell coworkers, tell anybody that needs some entrepreneurial help. And remember, check us out on the Laughable app. It's an app where you can tag your favorite comedians, and if I was a guest on someone else's, it'll give you notification, hey, I'm on that one. So Laughable app, and it's a good, quick app. The iTunes app sucks, but if you use it, give us that 5-star review. 5-star. Holla.